Okay, welcome back to the Roast Yourself podcast, brought to you by Coffee Bean Corral and Current Crop Roasting Shop. My name is Stephen Burnett with Coffee Bean Corral in Jackson, Mississippi, and with me as always is Catherine Mansell, Certified Q Grader and Director of Current Crop Roasting Shop in New Orleans, Louisiana. Catherine, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. We've got pretty good weather. It's not too hot. It's been raining. We've had lots of roasted coffee that's about to be bagged up and put on the website, which is going to be really fun.
Awesome.
But things are going well. How about you?
Oh, I had some of that coffee the other day. I forget which one. It was a Colombian, I think.
Sierra.
Excellent roast. Yeah, there you go. Excellent roast.
Yeah.
And
it's a little bit lighter than what I would normally do. A little bit lighter than what normally I would do, but
it's got a
citrus note.
100%. I saw the bag and I was like, really? Is there coffee in here? There is. And I just like sweet going down.
So
fantastic.
good.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of rain here. And look, this has been a minute. We skipped last week for the holiday. I don't think we intended to. It just didn't happen. We took a nice 4th of July vacay from the pod, but we're back. We're back in full force because we set aside about 10 minutes each week to field questions from home coffee roasters and professionals alike about roasting, tasting, and most importantly, enjoying coffee. You can send your questions to questions@riypod.com. That's questions@riypod.com to get a nice shout out from us in an upcoming episode, and of course to get your question answered. Now, this week we don't have a specific question. We have something that I think I'm really excited to talk about, and it is our top 10 reasons to learn coffee roasting. Why get into this hobby? Why take the time to learn it? And this is not just from our own personal experience. This is things we've heard. We've talked to people that have gotten into coffee roasting, and the reasons are pretty varied, about as varied as there are a number of people doing it. So these are the ones that we hear most frequently, the ones maybe that we personally got us into it. And we hope that if you're on the fence about getting into coffee roasting, that you'll give this a listen. Here's some good reasons, and just take the plunge and learn. It's so fun. And if you've been doing it for a while, man, rediscover some passion, rediscover some of these are reasons why people do this, and maybe you've never thought of one of them, and you can bring that joy to your coffee roasting experience. So without further ado, Catherine, you want to lead us off with number one reason to get into the coffee roasting?
Well, number one on the list is to save money on high quality coffee. And most unroasted specialty grade coffees are almost half the price of roasted coffee. So say you're a premium person and you love Jamaica Blue. Every time you buy a 1 pound bag of roasted Jamaican Blue coffee, you're springing what? $70, $75. You can buy a pound of JBM for $50. Yeah. Once you learn how to roast, you can buy a pound for maybe $50. So you're saving quite a bit of money on that. So definitely saving money on high quality coffee is the number one reason that we've heard so far.
Totally. Number two is close, and that's fresh coffee guaranteed. It's as fresh as you want it to be. If you want to talk to a guy on the phone today, I was like, when do you typically, cup your coffee and taste? He's like, as soon as it comes out of the roaster. Now that's fresh. You cannot get fresher than that. And we talked about letting coffee rest, how many days. But the point is, exactly, not just, the care that was put into it, what it is, all that. You know how fresh it is. You know that it's not been sitting on the shelf at some coffee roastery or grocery store for months and months and months. Yeah. You know it's fresh. You know you can enjoy it. Yeah. And that's guaranteed because you did it yourself. You can't get any fresher.
Yeah. And then next is start a business or a side hustle. And the amount of people that I have met just in my 5 years of being in the coffee industry who started off roasting on a popcorn popper or in their skillet, who have turned their little hobby into an actual business with a storefront where they are selling roasted coffee. They've turned it into a cafe. They're selling roasted coffee wholesale. It's a large number of people. And the coffee industry is growing and it's reaching so many more people that's an easy way to have a little side hustle, make a little extra money.
Absolutely. And even if you don't go for the full, I'm going to own my own business or get a booth at the farmer's market or start a website, you're learning a marketable skill. Like there's lots of people that have money and that want to get into like roasting coffee and selling it, but they need someone that knows how to actually do it. Now, for my part, I learned how to roast coffee before I ever even heard of coffee bean corral. And I was doing it just for myself. So when I came into like the same city, to Jackson, where Coffee Bean Corral is headquartered, it was a huge, wonderful surprise, and I already knew how to roast coffee. So it made it really easy to kind of connect and to work it. So you're learning a skill that is marketable and desirable, and it puts you in a position to be able to be more offensive in life.
Yeah. And then there's leveling up your coffee hobby. So whether you're an active member of different or an active goer to cafes and you're buying fresh coffee every day and you're drinking coffee in a cafe, or you have your own brew method set up at home, the next level to level up is roasting your own coffee. And it really changes everything because it's all about what you try, what you like. And, going on even to the next one is you have lots of options. So you're leveling up your coffee hobby by roasting your own coffee. And then you have all of these different options, not only, with not only your roast level, but the different coffees from farms all around the world. Coffee Bean Corral has over 130 different coffees. Current Crop has over 75 different coffees. So lots of options.
Yeah, and there's another reason. That's one of the reasons I got into it was to level up. And I tell people, once you start roasting coffee, the only level up is you have to move to the equator and plant coffee seeds. Like that's the only where else. Like that's the end of the line, right?
Yeah.
Like and I think we all start a progression and get to this point. So yeah, leveling up, and then there are so many options. Number 7 is you get the perfect cup of coffee for your taste. Like the fact that you can find a great roaster or a great coffee shop that can make coffee the way you like it, that's cool. But it's their way. It's their way, and maybe you would do it a little different. Maybe you would like it more if it was a little darker, a little lighter. Maybe you would like it better, have more of the chocolate note brought out. And when you roast your own coffee, you get to dial it in exactly the way you like it. You get total control over the whole process from literal seed all the way to the end result, which is the cup that you drink. And giving you that kind of control means you can perfect individual coffees, perfect the art, and make it yours. 100%.
Yeah. The next one I love because it's personal fulfillment and self-care. Because when I wake up in the morning, I can have my favorite cup of coffee every single day. And it starts my day off in a way that brings it out to be positive. It starts me on a positive way, and then the rest of the day, I'm in this really good mood. There was a guy that came in here, I think around the holidays, and he came in and he said, I went to a cafe and I had the best cup of coffee of my life, and it changed my entire day. I've been thinking about that coffee for days, and he went home and bought an espresso machine. And then he came in, bought some of our roasted coffee, and now he comes in and roasts his own coffee. So, it may seem dramatic to say that coffee is self-care, but to me it's not, because it can really change your day in a positive way. It really can.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, how involved you are with sight, sound, and smell in roasting. I mean, it is an experience. It just puts a smile on your face. Like, if I'm having a hard day, I don't care if I have to roast coffee or not. If I'm having a hard day here, I'll go roast a half pound of something, anything. Just let me roast some coffee because it just feels good to do it. Man, it's wonderful. So that's number 8. Number 9 is to share with friends. This is one that I don't think it means a lot to so many people, but I never hear it talked about as a reason to learn coffee roasting. But like when you start roasting coffee, you're going to overdo it. You're going to roast too much because you're excited, you like it. You're going to share it with friends, with neighbors. You're going to hear so many people say, this is the best coffee I've ever had. And there are so many people. I have people that like, oh yeah, I don't drink coffee anymore. I've been roasting for years. I've got a heart condition. I can't drink coffee anymore. But I still roast because I have so many friends and family that love it.
Yeah.
And they'll call, people will call and say, hey, I typically like the chocolatey stuff. My son and my daughter really likes more fruity coffees. What do you have there? And they're roasting to share, just to give away, just because it's fun to do, and they get so much appreciation, so much love back from their friends and family because of that. I think that's a totally unsung reason to get into coffee roasting.
Yeah. And the last one is hired to work in a warehouse. Stephen, you explain that one.
That's your total story. I mean, the reason I put this in here is because sometimes you just find these random reasons. Like, you did not expect when you started working at Coffee Bean Corral in the warehouse, bagging orders, that you were going to be on a podcast talking about coffee roasting, teaching classes about coffee. That wasn't even an idea, and yet you put yourself in a situation where now you're around it, and you learned how to roast coffee, and the rest, to me, the rest is history. And so I think that's what's so cool about coffee is that, it's everywhere. There's people roasting coffee everywhere. There's all sorts of different expressions, for all the way from like Folgers all the way through Starbucks to the really, really good stuff that we do. Like, there's all different expressions of it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can roast amazing coffee if you have a little bit of time, get a little bit of skill, and good coffee beans. And the opportunity of that is just endless. And so, that's why I put that in there. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. But I mean, to me, like, there's so many reasons. There's so many more. I mean, obviously, Catherine, like, we left reasons out. We did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Many reasons. Yeah.
Many reasons out. And so this is a great opportunity for you, our listeners, to why did you get into coffee roasting? I don't care if we already said it, throw it in there. If you have a different perspective, if you have like, man, I did it because I don't know. I can't think of it anymore. These are the ones I thought of. But if you have a different reason, different perspective on why you got into it, share that, because there's so many people that are interested. They're dipping their toe in the water. They're doing all this research. I had a phone call yesterday with a customer who I'm helping her through some roasts, and she said she listened to our podcast and someone who had never roasted coffee had written a question. We'd answered it. She's like, this guy has never roasted, but he has all this information. He's asking all these technical questions. He's been all over the internet forums. And she's like, I felt totally like overwhelmed by this guy who's never even done it before. And I told her, I was like, but you want to be the person that dives in and tries it. Because if you're the person that has all the knowledge but never does it, you don't get to enjoy it, So anyway, all that to say, I hope you guys listening, if you're on the fence, just get some coffee, roast it in a cast iron, roast it in a popcorn popper, however, and become a coffee roaster. You can do it literally today. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. And if you did, please leave us a rating and review on whatever platform you found us on. We're excited to watch the Roast Yourself podcast continue to grow. It's spread around the world, getting more people into coffee roasting and helping those who are already roasters become better. We can't do that without you. We also couldn't do that without the folks that handle our audio and video and graphic work for the podcast, making us look and sound good. Seriously, couldn't do it without you guys. You let us have time to do this, and it's so nice. And thank you for the work that you do. Remember, dear listeners, send any questions you have about coffee in general or coffee roasting in particular to questions at riypod.com. Otherwise, have a great day and happy roasting.
Thanks, y'all.